All right, what's up, everybody? I want to give you guys some tips that will save you a ton of money, just random little things that I figured out the hard way so that you don't have to. I'm doing really well for myself now through trading, but that was not always the case. I had to struggle through many losses before becoming good at it. But all that aside, here are three major mistakes to avoid as a Forex trader. All right, number one is using the wrong lot size. So I've made this mistake more than once, I hate to say. When you're calculating your position size, let's say you're risking $200 on a trade with a 9 pip stop loss, you would be risking $22.22 per pip. So this is a true story here. I actually took this exact trade and went and put 22.22 as my lot size. So I actually risked $222.22 per pip. So I accidentally risked $2,000 instead of $200. I ended up losing a lot of money from that mistake, and I'll never forget that day and how stupid I felt. So first off, you'll most likely never have two digits at the front of your lot size unless you're trading with a very large account, like $100,000 account, and you're risking $1,000 or more per trade. So until you get up there, at most your lot size will have one digit in the front. If you do end up accidentally risking too much on your lot size, I personally advise that you exit the trade immediately. You might lose a couple $100, but that's better than losing a couple $1,000, right? It hurts, but trust me on this one. You just want to get out of the trade as soon as you can. One other thing I found that helps me is actually saying the dollar amount aloud. So you won't be using two digits in the front. So 22 is 02.2 lot size. So just be really careful when you're entering your trades like that. Number two is continuing to trade after a big win, a big loss, or after reaching a goal. Forex trading can be a very emotional experience. It's a lot of numbers, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of dollars being flashed in your face constantly. It can be very intense at times. Every once in a while, on a really good setup, I'll go for a compounded trade, which is a much larger than usual trade, and end up winning that trade, getting sometimes 20% or more of a gain with just one trade. So I've noticed that if I sit there and continue trading, I'll almost instantly lose that same amount of money pretty quickly within a couple of minutes most of the time. So the rush that you get from winning that much money on a trade, it kind of sends your emotions really high and it blinds your judgment. So I've learned to literally turn the computer off and walk away after I have a big win like this, and wait an hour or maybe even wait a day before you get back into the game. So this also applies when you have a really big loss, or if you reach your daily goal, or you reach your maximum loss for the day. It's important that you give yourself time to absorb what just happened, become okay with it, and accept it as truth before you continue on. Again, you just have to trust me on this one. One of these days I'll show you my accounts and some of the stupid stuff that I've done. Number three is trading when there is no valid pattern. So they've actually done studies. They showed that people would rather take an electric shock than to just sit there with their thoughts and be bored. So when it comes to Forex trading, sometimes there's just not much of anything going on. And that electric shock in our world would be entering a trade just for the sake of doing something. You're bored and you just want some action. You're most likely just going to lose that trade because there isn't any valid pattern that you're trading. You're just getting into the market for no reason. So I went through this really bad in the beginning. You take a hard-headed dude like me, who was also impatient on top of it. I was electric shocking myself all the time. So if there isn't a valid pattern, your best course of action is to just do nothing until there is. I've learned to entertain myself during the trading session. I'm currently watching through the Game of Thrones. I know I'm late as hell, probably like a couple of years by now. Or I watch YouTube videos, I read a book or something like that. Have something going on in the background so you can divert your attention over to that instead of shocking yourself with the money losing taser. You just have to trust me on that one too. I've lost enough money for no reason to know that this is the way to go. right. So there are 3 major mistakes you need to avoid while trading. I hope you learned something new today. If you want to learn all you need to know about Forex trading, check out the Profitable Forex Trading course over at ccxcollective.com. Follow me on socials, and I'll see you guys later.